Hi there, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the month of January 2022 and your tarot. Quick reminder, I do not appear in my monthly tarot forecasts because, well, people like to see the cards, and I do use more cards here, so that's what we're going to do. And remember, if you're watching your rising sign forecast, your rising sign is giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast will be showing up. And your moon sign is going to be showing you the less prominent, albeit still significant side story that's also playing out throughout the course of the month. And if you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com. So, also, don't forget, I've got a sale going on through the 31st of December 2021. 25% off all gift certificates and appointments. And if you are interested in taking advantage of that, that's awesome. And even if you can't schedule an appointment during this time, might want to consider getting a gift certificate because those gift certificates don't expire until December 31st, 2022. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and engagement helps this channel out a lot. So this month, you've got the King of Cups reversed as far as the main theme or the main consistent story of the month goes. And a lot of you Libra folks are going to be finding that this month is going to be challenging a lot of personal insecurities or avoided issues or avoided conversations or avoided engagements that you need to be able to face, that you need to be able to look at straight on, because there is actually something in it for you. We are going to be walking through some muddy waters in order to actually claim some really important breakthroughs, claim some really important treasures for ourselves. And there really is no other way. This is one of those months where, yes, we are going to have to pay very, very close attention to why it's necessary to take up the challenge. Now, with the King of Cups reversed, this could be challenging certain fears or certain things that we have learned to nurse rather than release. And in order for us to get through this month as quickly and as easily and as successfully and gainfully as possible, we're going to need to focus on facing these challenges, facing these insecurities, and clearing them for good. And also getting rid of the things that actually were created by these insecurities or born of these insecurities and how they may have run the show for too long. And you can probably hear Persephone scratching at the door, but we're going to just let that be. When it comes to your material circumstances, your work, your job, your finances, we do have the Hierophant card upright. And with the Hierophant card upright, as well as the Three of Wands upright, you're going to be finding that a lot of your work and financial circumstances are going through a beautiful evolution, a beautiful overhaul. Something is happening this month where a certain change in standards, in policy, in trend, or maybe what has been just considered the norm for your industry or your field or your office is actually going in such a way where it's starting to favor you where it once worked against you before. This could be a system, this could be a hierarchy, this could even be a rule that is being changed on a much higher level, or just a breakthrough that's going on a much bigger scale. The cool thing about the Hierophant card upright, however, is that you are also finding that this is opening doors to you that you may not have actually known how to open for yourself, or were not able to open because something about the old system or the old way was working against you. With the Three of Wands upright, we are also speeding up developments with this in such a way where you are actually able to make up not only for lost time, but also to get ahead of a schedule or a deadline financially, professionally, or maybe even with a home matter, a big move, a big shift that you have been taking it slow with, or you've been forced to take it slowly with. However, I do want to mention with the Three of Wands upright and the Hierophant card upright and that King of Cups reversed, it's also very, very likely that because this is all happening for you, almost like a surprise, you may be caught off guard and need to be ready to move plans up then when you thought maybe you didn't have to move plans up, or be ready to, answer when opportunity knocks as opposed to make it wait. When it comes to your community, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Strength card upright and the Page of Swords reversed. And the Strength card upright is indicating a prized project, goal, or maybe even a relationship with a friend or a relative that has been struggling, whether it's been struggling to come together or it's been struggling to maintain its own healthy way. It's been struggling to stay positive. It's been struggling to stay restorative, or we've just been kind of struggling in being able to come together, is going to be going through a massive reparation this month. And you may be finding with the Strength card, whatever has been kind of getting in the way or creating problems, standing in your way, is also clearing out. The Strength card is breathing new life into something that has been sort of stagnant or floating for far too long, something that's just been kind of hanging there and not getting any attention, just sort of stuck in a frozen space. And the Strength card is also showing where this is breathing a new life into an existing relationship that actually is going to prove to be mutually advantageous and enhancing for you and the other or others involved. When it comes to the Page of Swords reversed, however, there is also going to be a fair amount of cleanup going on in a social group or in a family situation or with a project where things that were untrue, whether they were just flat out lies, lies by omission, half-truths, manipulations, or maybe some revisionist history, false stories, false accounts, are being shown for what they are and where they have done their dirty work and the damage they've done. With the Page of Swords reversed, this is all getting called to account. And so it's all coming out in the open. Nobody's holding up any illusions. The veils are dropping. And there will most likely be some conflicts about that, especially in situations that long-term lies, long-term cases of mistaken identity, misrepresentation, misappropriation, or half-truths have been ruling a certain social dynamic or a project or a family relationship. Because we are going through and correcting this and turning it on its head, it is still going to be serving everybody, but it may be uncomfortable, especially in situations where we realize why it got created in the first place and who's responsible. When it comes to your challenge this month, you don't really have much in the way of negative challenges. The Ace of Wands upright and the Nine of Cups upright are indicating that there really isn't a big overarching challenge of the month. I do feel with the Ace of Wands upright, there is a callback to that King of Cups reversed, where you are going to need to be ready to step up to more challenging and more competitive positions, more demanding opportunities when they present. And you have to check yourself if you have been being a little bit too gentle with yourself, or a bit too coddling, or maybe a bit overprotective, because the Ace of Wands is demanding a much more assertive and courageous approach to a lot of things that are suddenly going your way. We don't want to have our wishes get granted, we'll get to that with the Nine of Cups, and then suddenly not want them anymore, right? That would be kind of bratty, and that we don't want to be a universal or a spiritual brat, because the universe has got some bad medicine for that. But we do want to pay attention to where things that are finally turning around and going in a 180 for us need to be encouraged to stay on that trend. You may have to put yourself out there in ways you never have before. You need to be able to lead charges you didn't want to be in charge of. And you have to be ready to maybe even work harder or put in more energy or effort than you've allowed yourself to commit. When it comes to the Nine of Cups as a challenge, this is a time where you need to be ready to receive things that are coming to you. And remember that when wishes get granted, you want to make sure that you're able to receive them with both hands. We don't want to be put in a situation where we suddenly turn away when the thing that we want actually approaches us. We get what we manifested. It doesn't matter if we're not in the right mood that day. Your mood is irrelevant. You're getting what you want. Get over it, right? And I'm saying this to myself as well as a Libra rising. We want to make sure that we are there to take full advantage of a turn of the tide. But sometimes with the Nine of Cups as a challenge, especially with that King of Cups reversed, we may accidentally overstate the relevance or the importance of the social or emotional condition we are in. And we need to not let that contaminate our experience, because you've got a lot of beautiful turns coming your way. When it comes to your relationships, your love, romance, and partnerships, you do have the Lover's card upright, as well as the Knight of Pentacles reversed. With the Lover's card upright, I'm seeing this month, a lot of you are getting a chance to have a relationship or a commit to a completely new road, or maybe even commit to a road that was always meant for it. There is this attainment or a bonding happening where we are finally getting a chance to fully embrace something that was only teased in recent or maybe even less recent history. This could be something that we and a partner have always longed for, or this may be, for those of you who are single or available, a relationship type or a relationship opportunity that never really got grounded, that never really got its chance to be fleshed out. But with the Lovers, we are getting that chance now, that this may be with somebody familiar, or this may be with somebody new that actually just, gives us a chance to still do that, just with a different person, for those of you that are single or available. However, with the Lovers, it's a chance to finally pull in, embrace, and yes, as I said already, receive something that has been orbiting us that we have not been able to fully connect to. However, with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, even though we are getting it, we need to pay attention to where it may not necessarily be the month to go full steam ahead. We do still have Venus and Mercury retrograde, of course, we talked about that. But with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, you may notice that this month also is pretty demanding on both you and a partner, or you and an intended. We may actually be finding that our jobs or our family lives or outside of the relationship priorities are not only very demanding, but they are actually starting to show some really big payoff as well. And some of you may actually be having more of your relationship time very much after hours, very much, when you can squeeze in the time. And your partner or your crush or your intended may not necessarily be as available either. We're gonna have to make a concerted effort to reverse that if we want more time. But with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, this could also be something that we just need to reorganize in order to rebalance, so we have a personal life this month in action and not just in esteem or in commitment that we could only enjoy later. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.